than some of the GGMs or GMs or GEDs of NMPC.
It's the third and final day of the Senate hearing on the PIGB. Key players in the oil industry are back to provide more insights. And after 2 days of interactions, the Senate committee engaged the Minister of State for Petroleum on government's position on the general principles of the bill. He was emphatic in saying the bill will only be effective with less government interference.
And 10, with respect to government's role on the commercial side, the reforms that we commenced earlier in the year need to be sustained through legislation. The critical issues here are governance, funding, efficiency, and accountability of the commercial entities. 11, a national oil company, NOC, needs to be created as a holding company for an integrated operation that will operate on a full commercial basis. The recommendations are as follows on that. On funding, a key plan for our reforms is to ensure that the national oil company is able to operate without recourse to the Treasury, such that funds that could otherwise be sequestrated for our upstream commitments can be deployed by the Treasury to meet urgent needs in other social sectors.
And it's also part of a proactive way of thinking outside the box that we insisted that we put forward this bill as a National Assembly, because we were also very quite conscious of the failures of the past bills. These bills have been a reoccurrence, decimal.
I believe the executive too must make efforts. If we pass the law the way it is, how can you ensure consistency in the policy? That is one thing that we really have to ensure. Otherwise, all these efforts, will just be exercises in futility.
The minister also lamented that after over 50 years of oil exploration, the nation does not have reliable refineries. He wants the bill to clearly spell out the role of government in the industry.
7, an essential issue going forward is the need to establish a registry of records currently non-existent. This will enable us to register titles to be issued and managed by the Commission. This will aid public access to information and the due diligence reviews by third parties into assets. 8, the composition of the board of the Commission should ensure linkages to critical and related sectors. As such, non-executive members of the Commission should include representatives from the Ministries of Petroleum, Power, Finance, and Environment.
What is the provision of the regulatory framework vis-a-vis what GPR is doing now? I do not know whether you captured it in your presentation.
If there is anybody that wants to contribute to this bill, is free to send his or her memo to the Secretariat, and we assure the general public that his memo or her memo would be looked into, with a view to taking advices from it.
The senators also assured the minister that his concerns will be looked into and addressed adequately by the committee. Par Samuel, PTV News, Abuja.